Last month, Administrative Judge Cristiano recommended that a permit requested by the City of Wichita Falls to build the Lake Ringgold be denied. Shortly after, the City of Wichita Falls released a statement on the recommendation, which reads in part, "This is only the first step in the approval process, as the TCEQ commissioners will ultimately make the final decision regarding the permit." However, despite that, he mentions in the letter statements have been made by people who have not been intimately involved in the process of securing the future water supply. This has caused some to believe the permitting process is over.
But this process is far from over. That's just one part of it, as the permitting process continues going to TCEQ.
Before addressing certain statements, Tim Short mentions the devastating drought that happened about 10 years ago.
I don't believe that the people of Wichita Falls or North Texas want to hear necessarily what an administrative judge in Austin says about us having enough water. I was here during the last drought. I pray that we never have to go through anything like that again. I think with the measures that we have in place right now, we shouldn't have to.
The letter mentions several of those statements merit particular attention, starting with the consideration of alternatives to the Lake Ringgold project. Russell Schreiber says there were other options, none of which made more sense than this one.
All of them are evaluated on a certain criteria: water quality, quantity. All the options were compared to each other based on that criteria. And Ringgold came out to be the only viable alternative.
He also mentions the notion that Lake Ringgold is somehow too big or would impound more water than the city needs.
Ringgold is adequately sized, it's appropriately sized, it's downstream of Lake Arrowhead, which means it's there to capture any spills, so it gives us, the city, an opportunity to operate all of our reservoirs as a system.
If we build Lake Ringgold, and it is subject to the same drought and the same weather and the same weather patterns, well, if we have 3 lakes that are half full, we have more water.
Priscilla Meza, News Channel 6.